Good morning and welcome to a tour of our Midsummer garden. I hope you would like it. As you can see, our garden continues a bit grassy, not as it was, but we're keeping the grass now because of the heat. Plants that are planted in different spaces with and without grass are quite different, and I'm gonna show you an example in a moment. So we have this giant cosmos that was adopted. He was supposed to be thrown away, but I asked for the people to give me the plant. So we have a cosmos growing, and then these beautiful chicory flowers. As you know, I love chicory, and these flowers are absolutely amazing, and all kinds of bugs love them. And then we have our first flower on a watermelon. This plant hasn't been doing quite well. It was planted long time ago, but nothing has been doing quite well here. We're patient about it. And then we have another chicory plant that is doing quite well. We have a lot of red basil all around, parsley, and yeah, we still have our kale, all kinds and all colors of kale. They are our absolute favorite. And we left some really tiny carrots that we had to bloom, and this is the result. They're absolutely wonderful, especially for all the pollinators and all kind of beneficial insects around here. And then we have a new plant that I really wanted to have for the bees, and this is sea holly. It is still really small. I really don't know if it will flower this year, but yeah, they call it echinops here, so I hope I will be able to show you this one. We have more flowers, carrot flowers, and those are 2 leeks that have already flowered, and I think they're going to seed at the moment. I left them on purpose as well. Then we have some black tomatoes. You can see them here. They're supposed to be a cherry variety, but I'm not very sure. And then we have several other cherry varieties. This one is doing better than the other ones. Tomatoes didn't do great for any of our neighbors, and our case was more or less similar. So yeah, we have tomatoes here, more of these cherry tomatoes here. No, super. And then continuing from the tomato plants, we have more kale. We have Swiss chard and basil, and then we have our mint. We cut it back and this was the result, so wonderful. Then we have our okra plants, okra and aubergine or eggplant. These ones are doing really well, as you can see. And then I have more okra that actually has a tiny okra to be harvested, and probably more flowers on the way. Oh, I'm so happy. I love okra. And then we have more aubergines, more flowers, and then I have I suppose it's better if I show it from the other side. So I can show you here the difference between having grass and not having grass. Can you see this Achilla plant here? So this is a herb, Achilla millifolium, which is really good for all kind of ailments related to either men or women. I'm planning to have a video just on this. I really like this flower. It is so good for you in a lot of ways, and I have several Achilla with different flower colors at home. And I have this other plant. They were exactly the same when they came here. You can see this one here hasn't grown and is not as lush as the other one. The other one is just surrounded by grass, and this one, where it's clear, then it has some other plants around it, but not as thick. It is not doing as well as the other one, and they were more or less the same size. They came from the same place, so yeah, maybe grass had some benefit on the other one. And then from the other side we have more tomatoes. These ones were nearly dead, but well, we've eaten 4 tomatoes from the garden so far. Just 4, but we are very grateful about these, and there are some more on the way. But yeah, the plants overall are not great, and we have to accept that. Then I planted a flower patch that I will show you, like a small pollinator garden with water and other things, like more Achilla for them, and zinnias, and like margaritas. They're very, it's a very small patch. I will show you. We kind of volunteered for a space, and yeah, it's looking okay. So this sweet potato came with the flowers. I don't know what happened, but I'm happy to have it. Then we have some tiny okra plants that we planted from seed, and then lettuce, this beautiful zinnia in what seems like a huge empty space, but in fact I planted here. These ones has, maybe you can see like some tiny shoots. That's a turmeric root. And here, this one, I will show you the one here. It's a ginger. So I'm very excited about these ones. Maybe it's a little bit too late, but anyway, our season is quite long. So let's see if we can get something from them. They are organic. I bought them from an organic store, so we'll see. And they had some beautiful sprouts, so I suppose they haven't been sprayed with anything. Then I don't know if you remember our beans. They were really in a very bad state. Now they are flowering again. We mulched them quite a lot, and this was the result. At least they're flowering. They haven't produced a lot of pods, but we hope that this will change. More zinnias, more chicories. I have left these. I just want to have that display as long as I can, and all the insects absolutely love them. We have more kale, an Armenian cucumber here. I had 3 and they all died except this one, and yeah, we're waiting. All of our cucumbers are doing really badly. I think we can say that they're dead. They're not quite dead because they still have something green on them, but they're not doing very well. And these are our patipan squash. We have white and yellow, and they have been producing a lot of flowers, but I haven't seen anything else, not yet, but I'm very excited about these. And then we have a cucamelon here. It's tiny. I transplanted it probably a week ago, and I'm waiting for these ones. Then we had some volunteer pea plants around here. That is this that you can see here, but I suppose the heat was too much for them. And then we have a little bit more grass, but our basil here is doing quite well. Lettuce over there under the cabbages. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. More zinnias. And these are our Galician cabbage plants. They are the ones that really like the climate, as you can see. Then we have some other type of cabbage that they've grown, and we're gonna cut them and just let some other plants grow. But I'm using them just to shade the ground as well, because we cannot harvest all of them at the same time. And then all the one here are peppers. I suppose you can barely see the peppers because of the grass, but apparently they like it and they're growing. So we've got some here. We have a lot of flowers, like here. I have these small ones here. They're full of flowers as well. And we have a lot of basil and lettuce. Lettuce has been doing well, and I planted some more. And then we have some beetroot, but the beetroot is not liking it. I think it's too hot. And then we have this part here where I have a little bit of everything. We have a lot of mint, this calendula, we have some tiny okra plants, and more kale, lettuce, an aubergine or an eggplant. And then we've got our black cream tomatoes, which I think are doing quite well. The thing is, I was surprised because these ones are getting blushed, but I can't see them getting dark. So I don't know, either the seed was labeled in a different way, or maybe it's not yet the time. And now, this is not according to the law of training tomatoes, but you can see that these ones are absolutely loaded, and we have to stake them because this one wasn't planned, but they just got totally crazy, and I can see that one of them is broken. So yeah, I will take care of it too. And yeah, this is all we have on our 25 square meters, and this is an overview of our plot. It hasn't produced an enormous amount of food, but it's colorful and we like it. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all the best. Have a great week.